I can't wait. I can't wait. It's always that mixed bag, right? This time of year where going into fall camp that there's some sacrifices that are going to have to be made now from a time standpoint with the family, but from the standpoint of just getting back here, second go around at this thing with a tremendous group as far as my position group, but just as important, this entire team and this staff is just it's a fun environment to be a part of. Every single day, you're challenged and you grow. So I'm excited to just get back into the groove of things.
Moving, Tyreek down to nickel, obviously got a lot of headlines from fans and media and everybody. What kind of went into that? And I guess we'll start with him. But what went into moving him and why he fits well in that spot?
Yeah, T. Jones is one of the smartest football players I've been around. He has tremendous knowledge of our overall defense as far as the scheme is concerned, and he has that versatility as far as being able to cover, being able to drop into the zones that we need him to, come off the edge, help set an edge in the run game. So he's what you're looking for at that nickel position. It's such a vitally important position for our defense as a whole. You couldn't ask for a better person to be in that slot than T. Jones.
Was it you, or when did who was the one that's like, why don't we put why don't we put Jones there? Like, how did it first? Like, I know maybe in practice in the past he's done some, but how did it kind of come about? Like, let's actually make the switch.
It's funny because it really, I think there was some of us as coaches that potentially saw it as a move, but in the spring when we were forced to put him down there a couple times in practice, it really kind of solidified all of our thoughts as far as what he could do at that spot. And Coach Av has been around him and been in this defense a long time, and so I think he really saw it and was like, no, let's go ahead and make this move. When all of us were thinking it, but Coach Av coming in and going, yeah, hey, let's make this happen, and T. Jones making sure that he was good with that move as well, because the last thing you want to do is make a personnel change and in turn it hinders someone. And T. Jones was all about it because he's a team guy and wants to do what's best for the team, but also knows that from an individual standpoint, it's going to put him in a position where he's going to do a lot of good, big things for us.
I was going to say, when he sees the numbers that a guy like Kekala put up last year,
yep.
I mean, maybe more of a chance for him to impact more plays. I mean,
yep.
Was it a pretty easy sell?
No question about it. Obviously T. Jones put in a great year last year. I think very underrated as far as what he was able to do for that field safety spot. But you look at where he is now and how closer he is to the line of scrimmage and some of the things that we're going to do with that nickel position, it's just going to provide him with even more opportunities to make plays on the football, make plays in the backfield, do a lot of different things at that nickel spot. And so he was fired up to get that opportunity.
So then that creates the competition now with, looks like Shea and Rodney at the other safety spot. How do you handicap that?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fun battle to watch. It's going to be a competitive one because both guys have had a tremendous summer. Really, both guys had a good spring as far as continue to grow and develop. And so it's going to be exciting to watch them on a day-to-day basis to show who is going to show us who's going to be the most consistent when it comes to obviously knowing what you're supposed to do, the assignments, the techniques you're supposed to execute, but more importantly, when the lights come on, who's the guy that's going to be there and to make the play when we need him to.
So is Tubner then more JL's backup, or could he move over there? Or, okay, okay.
So Tubner right now is penciled in at that spot behind JL, where he's going to continue to push and compete as always, but we're all in the same room. Both safeties, the nickel, corners are in there with us at times as well, so we all hear the same coaching points over and over again from every position, which in turn allows all those guys to move around and shuffle the deck a little bit when we need to, and that's huge. We preach that all the time from the standpoint of versatility, accountability, all that stuff. So at the end of the day, we can slide people around and we can do some different things and show offenses different looks.
I waited 3 minutes and 54 seconds to ask about JL. I don't know if that was the record today or not, but just, he's getting so much hype now, and he came back, and now we're seeing him get some of the NIL stuff, and he's just getting his name out there, and we're seeing all the Senior Bowl and all them putting tweets out with video of him and all this. How do you keep him focused, I guess, on football?
Yeah, you just got to get rid of the outside noise. And JL knows that and understands that. He knows what his mission is. He came back here for a reason. Our goal and standards are up there on that wall, and he sees them every single day. And he wants to make sure that he walks out of this place with that Mountain West championship and with an opportunity to leave a legacy here as from a team standpoint. And the individual stuff will come as the team stuff comes, and he knows and understands that. Our focus is every single day focusing on the little things, whether it's a small little technique here, small little detail of your assignment here, just trying to improve all the little things that we can see from film last year, from spring ball. How can we continue to gain an inch, And in turn, if we do that every single day, he's going to get the end results, and we're all going to get the end results that we all want for him.
Every time I see him, I think to Gabe Franklin. He told me one time when he was a freshman, like he called him just a freak of nature.
Yep.
When you look at his size and what he can do, and just the combinations that he has. I mean, is he? I know you're not an NFL GM or scout, but I mean, is he a guy that if he does what everyone thinks he can do this year, he could put himself in position to hear his name called fairly early next year?
I would have to agree with that 100%. You look at his measurables, you're not going to find a guy that measures out the way he will, and still run the way he will, change direction the way he can, flip his hips, all the things that you're looking for from a defensive back play, and then you put that on top of or in a 6'4 plus. It's hard to find. It's very rare. But then you add his ultra competitive mentality, you add in his desire to be great, and you've got a pretty dang good combination there. And so for myself, man, I'm blessed and get a chance to work with him every single day, and I've just got to continue to help him along the way and guide him and to make the decisions that are going to help him get where he wants to get to at the end of the day.
Was him being at the other safety spot, did that make it a little easier to put two more inexperienced guys maybe at the other safety spot?
100%. Anytime you've got a guy like JL that's played a lot of games and can help command the back end the way he can. And then T. Jones, even though he slides up close to the line of scrimmage, is still a guy that's going to help that backfield safety position because he just got done playing with it and they're working hand in hand. And so we won't lose a step in that regard from the standpoint of just quarterbacking this entire defense.
I know, unfortunately, one of the storylines with him was the targeting last year, but you guys said you're going to spend a lot of the offseason trying to just get back to the fundamentals and tackling and all that stuff. I mean, do you feel like he's in a better spot there?
I do. And obviously you got to go out there and you got to do it. And we got to continue to drill it, and we got to continue to practice the right way so that you get your mental reps and physical reps to where when it comes to game time, it's just the natural way of which you're tackling. And so I know he's emphasized it. We've all emphasized it with him. So in turn, we don't miss out on any more opportunities for him.
We mentioned 5 or 6 guys. I mean, is there any other youngsters or any other guys that you're either excited to see take that next step or might be guys that fans haven't heard much about that are ready to maybe at some point here contribute?
I think we mentioned Rod and Shea. I think Zion Washington's another guy that has a lot of ability and talent that we want to see some stuff through fall camp, see him compete. Looking forward to Roman coming back and fully healthy. He's a guy that's played a lot of football for us that can provide some depth and really, again, versatility. And so those are, to me, some guys that watch them throughout fall camp, and it'll be fun to see where they end up.
Craig's hovering. Can I go one more? One more. Just in the past, defense, I guess, in general, when you look at the corner competition, 4 guys, you probably feel pretty good about all those guys that played a lot last year. You mentioned safety. I mean, do you guys feel like on the back end, the back 7, however you want to phrase it, that you guys are in a pretty good spot?
Yeah, I feel like the guys that we have in our room right now, we feel really good about, but you're never satisfied. And our guys have that same mentality. We have to continue to develop every single day, whether it's developing our senior leadership, whether it's developing the young guys that are just getting here that need to learn and really try and get caught up as quick as they can, or if it's that middle group that really is right there that we need to push over the edge as far as being guys that can contribute in a lot of different ways for us. And so we have to go into this fall camp with the mentality of, hey, never satisfied, always trying to find ways to get better, humble and hungry.